This is a video I don't want to make. I don't want to talk about it. I do not want to talk about it. But I will. I posted something a few weeks back that I was in the hospital. And at the time I didn't really, I guess I didn't think it through whether I wanted to post anything online about it or not. And because I may have been under the influence of some of them good hospital medications for pain and not really able to think about it clearly. And I did that, and by the time I realized maybe I don't want to talk about this online, it was too late. Enough people had seen it. I did delete it, but it was too late. You know, it's like you can't unsay. Once you've said something, you can't unsay it. And that's what kind of how that is. I should get to the point, and I will in a second. There's I think any YouTuber or and beyond YouTube, I think people will agree that there's a line between public life and private life, and it varies from person to person. I think people would agree that some people are more comfortable putting some things out in the public eye than others. That line varies from individual to individual, and to me, this is something that had I not done that, I just feel, because it left a bunch of you wondering. Enough of you seen it, so that's why I figured it's time to go ahead and say something about it. Otherwise, if I hadn't done that, I just might not ever mention this at all, at least online. Anyway, I had, past tense, I had cancer. I was in the hospital 4 days, and there was a tumor. There was a tumor in my bladder. And I'm really lucky in a number of ways here. I really am. Number one, the biggest thing was where in something as part of that, what made it all come to a head and had to be dealt with right now, right here and now sort of thing, was part of that decided to block the exit of my bladder. Suddenly, very suddenly, I could no longer pee. And you'd be surprised how fast that becomes urgent. When your bladder's full and you can't relieve yourself, and as the minutes pass, and so I knew I had a problem, and I was getting to be in a lot of pain, and I just couldn't relieve myself, and it was getting worse. And fortunately, the big fortunate thing was that it happened when I was camping with friends. I was camping with my dear friend Aja and Jeff, and I managed to get over to Aja. I said, I think I need to go to the hospital, and she says, what's wrong? And so I told her, and I just can't, and she says, she was in the middle of something, and she says, I'll be ready in 5 minutes, and she was, and so we went, and number two, I mean, that's better than being out on the road somewhere in between, like we are now, right? We'll get to where we are now. Number two was we were camping just outside of Yuma, Arizona, and Yuma has a major medical center. So they were able to deal with anything we might be facing. And they did. They took care of me. That is for sure. So I guess the number three very fortunate thing was the tumor was basically, at least when it comes to bladder tumors, there's the non-invasive type and the invasive type. So the non-invasive forms on the tissue, the invasive kind of gets roots, makes its way and gets into your tissue and your muscle, your bladder muscle wall. Fortunately, it was the non-invasive. It was on the tissue, and the surgeon was able to remove it completely. All of it. Completely. So, which makes me now, and I asked him, I said, so what are you saying? This was after the follow-up. I'd been out of the hospital, and I had to go back, whenever I was there Monday through Thursday or something, and then I had to follow up the following Monday when all the labs and stuff came in. So I went back and we went over things and verified, and I did verify. Did I hear what I think you said about it being, you did get all of it completely? So he verified that. He said, yes, I did. I said, and he said, so anyway, the lab results were, it was cancerous. But he got all of it. Yeah, so that's three. Was that three things? Three very fortunate things. I know there's some more, and I think I'm going to start drawing a blank here. It's just a lot to say. It's just a lot to talk about. I just don't want to talk about it. I just want to get on with living and pretend like it didn't happen, but I can't. I can't do that. I'll have to go follow-ups. Maybe those other things will come to me here. We'll move on to follow-up visits. I have to go quarterly. That's every 3 months, according to him, every 3 months for 3 years. And then they'll probably lessen that frequency. Maybe I won't have to go get checked as often. So yeah, okay. So there is bad news. They not always, but they do have a tendency to reoccur. So that is the bad news. So I'll have to go for regular quarterly checkups for a while. And so I need to get back to, and of course it's getting that time of year to start heading back to Pennsylvania. The weather's, the weather's beautiful. We're in Texas. So it's that time of year anyway. We're right on schedule for when we'd normally be heading back. I usually don't want to get up there until April, at the earliest. The late April's so much better. Once May, it's really getting nice by, that's, so I got a couple of weeks to kind of just kind of meander across back across the country. But I really need to get on the phone. I should have already probably. I will soon enough. It's not urgently critical but I need to get on the phone with my doctor back in Pennsylvania, and because he'll have to make a referral. He'll probably go over things and what's happened and the records from Yuma and all that, and refer me to a specialist in the Pittsburgh area. In Pittsburgh has some of the very finest cancer centers and medical facilities anywhere. So, but I need to get that ball rolling and get records, and get things rolling up there. What else do I want to say about that? I apologize for, I don't apologize, or do I? I do that. I know some of you have been left wondering and concerned, and sending prayers and good vibes, and thinking of us, and Bella, we'll go see Bella in a minute too, so hang in here. She's good. Oh, back to one of those other things I was so fortunate about. It happened where somebody was able to, while I was in the hospital for 4 days, watch Bella and keep an eye on the Coachmen and my stuff. So all my things, Bella comes first. That's why she was mentioned first. So that's the other thing that happened out in the road. What would have happened to the, if I'd had to call 911, get an ambulance, or then where would the Coachman been left sitting? And with Bella, and how would that work out? That would have been bad. Wow. So fortunately, where we was camped at, now keep in mind there were other friends in the area. Me and Aja and Jeff just happened to be camped right there together. But many other friends in the general area. So, and everybody was great. I thought, if you need anything, Dave, just say so. We're here. We got you. So, and two other friends did show up. They thought, well, just because there's Bella and all my stuff. Chuck that we did a recent adventure with. He and Holly went up to where Audrey and Jeff was camped, in Bella, and Russ, another both very good friends, very good friends. They all went ahead and camped with Audrey and Jeff, so it was kind of a group thing, and that's probably the more of our close friends, the better for Bella too, because of their doggies and just general company and the group, sort of setting that we are often in. So Bella was handled and taken care of, and my things were all secure. So that was the other such a big fortunate factor. It just, and I just thank everybody. I do, and the whole medical, all the physicians and everybody, the whole staff and everything, they took care of me. Can we move on to something else? I don't want to talk about. What else was I going to say? Treatment. Oh, please don't overload me with. I don't know how much commenting I'm going to do. I know there'll be a lot of comments and wishes and everything. I know, and it's just so time consuming sometimes to go through. I will read every one of them, and I'm sure I will appreciate all of them. Please don't overload me with information and various other treatments, and I'm not going to follow, I am not going to follow some YouTube advice and the YouTube doctors and alternate medicines and methods, and I'm going to put my trust in the education of our medical professionals. That's it. That's it. I am going to trust the doctors and their knowledge and experience and treatments, and I'm just not going to get that. I'm just not going to get focused and say, oh, I heard this works good, or that works good for preventing tumors, and I'm just not going to go down that route. I am going to just try to take care of myself, exercise, eat right, and generally speaking, take good care of myself, and put my trust in the doctor's experience and knowledge. And that's the route I'm going, clean and straight. So I don't know how long is this video here. About 14 minutes roughly. I think I've said it pretty blunder free. I shouldn't have a whole lot of editing to do yet. I don't know. I might put just a couple of random things on the end of this when we're finished. Or maybe they'll be in the next video. I don't know. Me and Chuck did have some adventure we did just before this happened that I didn't get a chance to edit. I might throw something in there, or just maybe just a couple random, or not. Maybe we'll just say thanks for being out there and waiting on us. I think I started to say I was going to. I do. I don't know whether it's the right word, or I think you'll get the gist of it. I do and I don't apologize for. I guess I do for kind of letting people hanging out there and wondering. I guess I do. But please understand that let me go back to that. I do have a personal life, and I'm really, I really struggled to sit down and make this. I've been meaning to for over 2 weeks, and just to find to actually dust the camera off and sit down. I just have struggled with putting this on YouTube. YouTube is the biggest, it has to be the biggest public platform in the world. And it's anonymous users from around the world don't even need a login. Many of you are. You're logged into Google and YouTube. You have logins, and you can comment and like and subscribe and all that. You have them abilities when you log into YouTube. But there's millions of users out there. You don't have to. You can anybody can just go to YouTube without logging and just view it. That means anybody so-and-so from halfway around the world in some crazy country can click on and view your business. So that's been part of the struggle, is just to put it just out in such a public, the biggest public thing out there. I've really struggled with it. So there's some things are private, and a person's medical situation is kind of in that private area, wouldn't you say? So I've really struggled with doing this video, and I hope you understand that. And I might delete this video after a handful of days or a week, until shortly after a week. Some people only watch YouTube like on the weekends and stuff, so I might leave it up. I might just give it enough time that I feel comfortable that, maybe a week, 10 days, this video might just go away. I don't know. Oh, okay, more than 17 minutes. I'm going to shut this off. We are in Texas. We're in central Texas, well, a little bit east of that. We're a little ways north of Houston, Texas, about, I don't know, 50, 60 miles roughly, up in Huntsville. We're in Huntsville State Park. We have a nice camp spot. We'll go over and we'll get Bella and say hi to her. I was almost forgetting about that. This is our second campground. Last week we stayed in one for 4 days. Just plugged in. Nice surroundings. Just hung out. Pretty stress-free. Alright, we'll cut and get going. Alright, we're on our way back to our camp. Here's something I've never seen before, is they have this area with all these like screened-in rooms, and which all have electric and water. So it's nice indoor, probably, so you can get away from the mosquitoes in mosquito season. But they haven't been bad. I've seen a couple, but haven't been bit. So, but yeah, there's a bunch. I mean, they have a bunch of them in a couple sections too. And way over that way is bathrooms and a soda machine. But, and then this area here, that's that. And then up here this is a big loop, and we are camped just down in there. So, nice fishing, nice dock to fish off of out there. Beautiful lake. I'm back, girl. Go. Alright, let's get on here by the water here real quick. We'll visit with Bella here a bit and check out the water and go around the loop here real quick. Uh-oh. Bella's like, there's a little dog over there. Come on. Got a little yapper. And little yapping dogs. All right, handy here. We got a fish cleaning station. Bella just banged in the garbage can. Nope. Come on. All right, I know the sun's gonna blind you. You won't be able to see the sun, but I didn't realize. Okay, the bottom part of that says, "Do not tease or feed alligators." I didn't realize there was alligators in this part of Texas. I did not know. Watch you. We're not gonna go out on the out the dock and disturb the fishermen with your antics. Okay. She says, "Let's go. Let's go way out there." Now leave them fish in peace. There's a guy way out there in a boat. Yeah, there's a good many boats that come and go out fishing through the course of the day. Pretty quiet now. See a few fish jump here and there. Yeah, I did not know about the alligators. Which is better than crocodiles. Okay, alligators are much less aggressive than crocodiles. So, and there's no crocodiles. Well, I shouldn't say that. They're very, I guess, very far in the south, in Florida, like down in Miami area. You get that far south in Florida, I think there's some American crocodiles. Yeah. And go past the little yelper dog. She says, "I'm gonna put you inside this time." So the little yelper is now inside. It's quieter. She knows we're out here. So this is only the second Texas state park we've been to, and they're cheaper than many state parks. I think pretty much the average in Pennsylvania and in Georgia, I think they're like $35 a night, and these are only $20 a night. But they do charge a day use fee of $5, so it is $25 a night. But there is a park, Texas annual park pass for $70. You can buy it for the year, the day use pass. Come on. No, that tree's okay. Well, we get the pleasure of seeing an alligator down here. There's one out here.
Just don't get any closer.
All right.
Because you'll scare him off.
Yeah, all right. I'll just use the zoom in the editing software to. This is the GoPro, it doesn't have zoom, but I think we can. There we go. Well, that sure was a treat, getting to see an alligator. And it was unfazed. The one guy there was one of the park rangers, and he said, "Yeah, but just gonna only go down so far. Don't want to disturb them and scare them off." So they're not real. They're not aggressive. Well, unless they're hungry and they see the appropriate prey. Dun dun dun. So let's get out of here. So there are quite a few sections to this park, and each section has its own, of course, bathrooms and showers. So they're pretty nice, well kept, and convenient trash things. And I'm going to use it because well, we're just out for Bella's evening walk, and we have a little blue bag we need to get rid of. Alright, now that business is taken care of, in each section too, this is I forget what each loop is called, but this is a big loop that goes way down, I could say towards where the screen things were. But like every so often in the park, different sections, they have camp hosts which they have a bunch of firewood. You can get your firewood there instead of going up to the main You know, the main thing up at the main store. Oh, and they have a camp store. Wait, they only have one camp store, and it's well equipped with all kinds of cool camping gear. And we're just about back to the Coachmen here. Well, I guess I'm glad I finally made this video. Well, I mean, I am glad. I needed to get this one out of the way. I just didn't feel like I could put out any other video until I address the they call it the elephant in the room, the topic that so many of you caught wind of and were wondering about, Bella and I. So we passed a lot of stuff. And a lot of things because my mind was preoccupied. I just couldn't get interested in. We passed a lot of cool things that probably would have otherwise stopped at and checked out and enjoyed, but nothing really got my attention enough for me to do it. And like I said, I kind of had to get this one addressed, get this one out of the way. So maybe now we can kind of get back to, I guess I needed to do that in order to start making videos again. So we'll see. We'll get this one out there. Thanks for everybody. I'm sure everybody of course I haven't seen him yet. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of good comments. Thank you everybody. I do read them all. I don't know how much commenting I'll do though. Thanks everybody. We'll see you again soon. All right.